Floriculture is an important branch of horticulture, which deals with cut or loose flowers, ornamental plants such as foliage plants, trees, shrubs, climbers, palms, bamboo, cacti and succulents, dried flowers, essential oils, and landscape gardening. Tonight we're getting a chance to meet Mela, a floriculturist from the Green House Fiji. Let's get to know Mela and her job. Mela, how are you?
Bula Shania, I'm good.
So Mela, tell me about this, this career that you are a floriculturist. Tell me a little bit about your job.
The greenhouse started in 2016, and me and my husband came as a landscaping to do landscaping here in the Lindest factory. So 2016 the plant world closed down from Fishery in Lamy. So our big boss from Australia, we went to buy some plants from Plant World, and they were selling so we bought all the flowers, and all their workers came. So we started the greenhouse here at Valley level. Since then, here we have our landscaping team. We have our maintenance team. That's if you want your house to be done with maintenance. We have our group here. We have a group here at the greenhouse, and we have our hire team as well. We have more than 80 officers here, Suva and Nausori, even as far as Lamy. That's where our plants are hired. And I think at the moment we 20 workers here at the greenhouse. Yeah. And it's running well. The business is running well.
So tell me a bit about being a floriculturist. Is it a hard job that you have to do? What are some of your challenges that you face in terms of weather, in terms of bug problems?
Yes. I kept for the weather, yes. Most of the time when it's really hot, most of our flowers, they are wither. Some wither, some are dry. So we have to put them, like you can see from the rack, we put it to the soil. So once the smell of the soil get into them, they start to be growing well again. Yeah, these were ones on the rack, so we have to change them. Yeah. And most of the time, for the bugs, yes, because they want to eat plants as well. But good, we have our friends from the ACAM.
Yeah.
And they gave us their products, so we are using. And yes, we are seeing the big change.
Do you think the plants are growing a lot better now that you started
Yes,
using
we have. Yes, they are better than before. But now too, you can see not many plants, because plenty people are buying and from here.
Yeah.
As well as yeah, we supply flowers as far as hotels there at the Western.
And what can you give? What advice can you give to people that are wanting to get into the floriculture business?
It's good money. It's good money, and when you are in the love of flowers, yes, you love the job. And if you don't, then florist is not your field. If you love planting flowers, I mean, yeah, but you have worries, so you go around, once you see the flowers, yes, your worries are solved. This is Hawaiian frangipani, and that is Chinese fan palm. The Hawaiian frangipani, the ones in the $8 bag and the 5, they are $10. The ones in the bag too, they are $5.
Okay. And have you used the soil with Tay blend
Yes.
in all of your pots?
The big change, yes,
Yes.
we did. Before, before we used the Tay blend, it's like it takes 1 month, then you will be seeing the leaf. But after when we are using this, it's very fast, and it really helps, because most of the time when the customers come to buy, we have run out. But when we are using the Tay blend, and it's very fast. They're fast growing, and yes, we are managing to serve our customers. This is the croton. As you can see, our prices goes to like how long you look after the plant until they are ready, or some they just go in like the bag too, we used to sell for $5.
Coming up, Sayed walks us through some of the Ekem products used here at the Green House Fiji.
Bula everyone. Today we are here at the Green House Fiji, located in tax-free zone Valelevu. They have different types of and varieties of flowers, and they are using our Ekem products, and it really works. So today we'll be visiting Mela, who works here and looks after this greenhouse, the greenhouse, and she will explain us how this products works and the benefits she have seen. So how's things going here?
Since we use your products, we've seen a big change. Like our plants are growing well, and a lot of change from the last time before we used the products from Ekem. And as you can see, our plants looks very green, not like before.
Yeah. You're talking to me like you told me that you use our Tay blend, you mix with soil, and can you explain how you do that?
We use chicken manure, and we use Tay blend as well. We
Mix.
With sodas, and we mix them together, and that's how we use the soil in our garden.
I've seen you also have the growth formula, the foliar, and some insecticides. So can you explain us how you guys use and what are the benefits you're getting out of it?
Like for our, before we used to have plenty white flies and black ants as
and
well.
White mealy, the scaly insects.
Those ones. Since we are using the products, we not like there's not much before. Yeah, it's only at the moment it's the black ants, not like before.
Because you are using white oil.
Yes.
And white oil controls the aphids and the white mealybugs and the scale insects.
Yes.
So if you want to get rid of ants, you can mix bifenthrin with white oil, so it will control a wide range of insects like black ants, the white flies, the aphids, scaly insects, the caterpillars that eat away the leaves. So it will control all of them. And you can also spray Folifet once a week, late in the afternoon. It helps in flowering.
So you mean in the late afternoon?
Yes.
At 3 o'clock?
3 or 4 o'clock, yeah. And can you explain about the growth formula, how you dip and plant the flower cuttings?
Like the measurement is there, and when we dip, it's not more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
You just dip in, then straight into the bags that we use.
And how is compare your previous year before you guys used to plant?
Yeah, before it takes quite a time, then the things start to grow. But what we found out from the time we used, it's like 1.5 weeks, and we see the leaves.
It's coming up. It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing.
It's like fast.
It's faster than before.
It contains the rooting hormone and the vitamins that helps the root to adapt to the new environment. It helps in root formation as well.
Like the Tete blend, I used it. And I found out what was really good. When I used it at my farm back in Bua.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Your Dalo plant.
Yes. I used it. Big change. Even they come to ask me, how come this Dalo is so fast and the leaves are evergreen? And I told them it's a Tete blend that I used. Then I was telling them how the measurement of it, and they've seen it with their eyes, because it's very different from the ones they are planting. It's the Tete blend that I used.
For floriculture and people who are interested in doing this kind of job with nurseries and flowers, we also face the same problem as people who are doing vegetable farming and other agriculture, especially with insect infestation. And some of the plants are also infected with disease infestation. And plus on top of that, you've got molds, fungus, those black molds that cover the leaf. And there are solutions to it. Some of the molds are spread by insects, so you've got to know the right insecticide to use and the right fungicide in combination with the stick activator, so that when you spray the plant, it gets coated and kills the mold so that it stops spreading through the new growth of the plant. And things like soluble plant food is called. Folifet is also used on other crops, not only in floriculture. It's also very useful in vegetables and other green crops. It's easy to use, 1 teaspoon into 5 liters of water, and is applied once a week. It has to be sprayed late in the afternoon when it's a bit cooler. Because why? In the afternoon, the pores on the leaf surface begins to open, and the plant can only feed from the leaf in the night. During the day, the plant uses the leaf for photosynthesis. So the leaf sort of serves a dual purpose as the kitchen and as the feeding. So to maximize plant uptake, you need to apply it late in the afternoon, so that whatever lands on the leaf will be absorbed by the leaf, whatever falls on the ground will be absorbed by the root. So there's 2 modes of uptake, through the leaf and through the root system. That way you maximize plant uptake so they can benefit well from the nutrition that is provided by this fertilizer. And this can help florists improve the quality of flowers, the color of the flowers. So it will help them in terms of marketing their products.
Up next, we speak to the board chair of the Floriculture Support Association of Fiji to find out what help is out there for floriculturists. You may remember our visit to South Sea Orchids last year, where we met owner Mrs. Aileen Burness. Through our visit, we learned quite a bit about what they do as a floriculture business and even got to attend one of their trainings. The trainings are held through the support and help of organizations such as PIFON and the Floriculture Support Association, of which our next guest, Verona, is the board chair. Verona tells us more about what it is that they do.
This grew out of the very generous work that was done by Don and Aileen Burness. And they set out to allow or to include other people in growing orchids, particularly interested in women, housewives and people like that getting into growing orchids, and increasing the volume of orchids available to the florists, and also at a reasonable price. So this was the original aim, and as it happened, I came into this project around the time it got started. First of all, I was working for what we know today as Partners in Community Development Fiji, and I'm still on the board there. But we got some funding to help ladies in the lower economic, socio-economic strata, particularly villages and what have you, to get into this project by getting funding to provide them with the flower houses, for which the other people going into it, like myself, we had to go to the bank and get a loan and so on and so forth. So that was the origin of the project. And it started when the Burnesses were down at Sewanee, and it was very small beginnings. And after having got this funding, and the ladies were starting to grow their things, Aileen said to me, well, you should know what happens, so you get some orchids, you grow some orchids yourself. So I built a flower house and we put some orchids into it. And we learned as we went along. There were many issues. One of the ones that is very memorable was that my flowers were going glassy and falling off. I wasn't getting good products. And Don said, there's too much water. And my flowers were jammed together, so when they got watered, they weren't getting the air that they needed. So we bought the block next door and set up a bigger flower house and separated the plants and got better results. So the whole process was learning as we went, and of course as we learned things we shared them to the people that came into the project. But after the family moved here to Nandi and built this beautiful place, it became too much to handle this project plus the South Sea Orchids activities and so on. And so we were advised by Andrew McGregor, and he helped establish the legal aspects of establishing this Floriculture Support Association. So myself and Aileen and some of the other early growers became the board, and it's grown from there. And what's been really thrilling is to see how much the project has grown. A particular area that really a delight is Coryopita, with the 16 small flower houses attached to the homes, and they produce flowers every fortnight. I go and pick flowers up from them and bring them. I didn't bring them today because it's next week for the flowers.
Yeah.
And even though none of us have got flowers, even Aileen's struggling to get orchids at the moment, Coryopita continue to provide us with flowers because of the location, because of the capacity of the people to look after them and so on. So this has been how the Floriculture organisation developed. But then we came into the period where PIFON came into the organisation to help the agricultural industry throughout the Pacific. And through being attached to South Sea Orchids and with our work with the Floriculture Association, the huge expansion of orchid growers this year. And it's been fascinating because people have come to the workshops who've lost their jobs, and they had no idea that this was a very good source of income. So it's been really, really fascinating. It's thoroughly enjoyable.
If you're interested in purchasing any of the mentioned products, you can visit the following ECCAM distributors. Or contact ECCAM on the following numbers. You could even visit them in person. They're located on Wailanda Road in Lami,